And welcome back. It is match number 2 of the FSL Valorant Open 3 playoffs. Now we have Oasis Gaming versus SXG. One team is kind of, I guess, a little bit mixed. You got 3 Philippines, 3 from Thailand, and then SXG, all 5 of them are from China, which is, they've been actually quite dominating yesterday. They played in Group C stages, and that's the one that we casted. Um, I mean, they seem to be playing on relatively high-ish ping, which can affect them at times. But the fact that they still perform despite that is quite impressive. Of course, we are your casters. Hey, I'm Quack, and alongside with me in the Mirrorverse, still trapped in my room, is Kiki or
Yeah,
Marquis.
and I think people have been asking if we're in the same room. The answer is yes,
Yes.
but in a parallel universe. Just why the time of the day is different on my side. It's a bit darker here because
Yeah,
I'm in a different time zone.
he's in the darkest timeline.
The
So
darker timeline at least.
darker timeline. That's right. So yeah, he's my evil clone. That's what
Yes,
this is.
the shorter, eviler clone and better jet clone.
Better jet. Yes. Okay, that one I'll concede. Truly the better jet. But of course, I mean, yeah, what do you think of Oasis versus SXG? I mean, the map is going to be Icebox, which that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I think between the two teams, I think I mentioned this before we went for the break. I think both teams will actually be more or less evenly matched. Whether it comes to the execution is going to be the difference here. Between SXG and Oasis game, SXG, we've seen them play twice yesterday. The first game against the Impaler, they didn't do so well, but in the second game that we casted, who was it against? I believe
Ariesta?
it was, yeah, I think it was against Ariesta. It was 13-2 for them.
Wait,
And it wasn't
Asteria.
different.
I think it's
Was it
Asteria.
Asteria.
Mixed it up. Sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Asteria, it was 13-2, but we watched them on Split twice. So Split fundamentally is a very different map from Icebox. In fact, it's the total opposite. Split is tight with very few open spaces. Meanwhile, Icebox is completely open spaces, lots of elevation left and right. So the thing is, SXG have been running Sky, even on Split. So I think that the Sky on the Icebox will be pretty good. But whether they can execute this or not, that's another story, right? Like we'll have to see if they can execute as well as Oasis Gaming did. I think Oasis Gaming had a slow start in the previous matchup, but in the end, they kind of reeled it all in and won overtime quite convincingly, I would say.
Yeah, they certainly have what it takes. Oasis Gaming, I mean, at least according to the fact sheet that we have, thanks to our very lovely people working behind the scenes from FSL Lusterless, I believe. Yeah, we can see that Oasis Gaming are made of, one of them's Radiant. Some of them they have reached Radiant before, but maybe are currently immortal. And they certainly have what it takes. Every single one of them. They have the fundamentals down. They know how to use their utility. It's just a matter of execution, which is exactly what you said. On the other hand, SXG, they really do seem to. Again, this is brought to you by Lusterless. Every single chance that they get, they pick the map Split pretty much, and I think there might be once or twice that they actually banned Icebox, maybe in the game against Komarebi Hearts yesterday.
Icebox is sent, right? We're both banned. Right?
Yeah. So that could be telling us something. Maybe Icebox is a map that they're not too comfortable on. We'll have to, wait and see as we head on in towards Agent Select right now. So yeah, as you see it, we said it many times, map is going to be Icebox. And of course, along with it, you need to have an agent composition that works well in this. And seemingly most of the FSL teams, at the very least, prefer to go with Omen as their controller. We don't see that many Vipers or Brimstones. Occasionally these days, you start to see a little bit more Astra.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this for Icebox? Omen?
I
Yes,
prefer
no?
the Viper, but again, Viper requires your team to be playing around the Viper. So that's something that Impaler have shown us. If you know how to play around the Viper walls and utilize it, that works really well. But if your team doesn't really like playing with the Viper walls or like playing around Viper walls, I think the Omen is a much more flexible pick. And on a map like Icebox, Omen's Shrouded Step actually can be very helpful because it can help you traverse the big openings. It can also help you go take advantage of the elevation sometimes that you need to surprise the enemies, especially on the defensive side. So it's a more all-rounder and I would say safer pick. And being able to reuse the smokes on a map like Icebox, I think, is pretty good because you don't need to. The thing with Viper and Omen, what's common between them is the smokes are reusable. Brims is not. But with Omen and Viper, you can reuse them, and reusing them means that you don't need to commit to a specific site or area on Icebox, where committing to one site might be
Here.
quite bad because like if you're stuck in A and you don't have any more smokes to go to a different site, you're pretty much like there's no choice. You just kind of like have to fully commit on a tight corner.
Certainly. Well, here it is. It's the first pistol round, and Oasis are making an A execute happen pretty soon. I think they're pushing in along with the Owl drone, which is kind of odd. You don't see Asova that often, but she's going to make a big jump off of one of the pipes, and she gets dinked along with it. Vivi able to connect onto Anko as well. But here it comes. They're getting a lot of information off of that Sky Hawk. Along with it, it's also delaying them from pushing in. They might have gotten the spike down, but they are not able to defend. And Stan, the last one alive, takes the long trip all the way from mid and kind of gives up the defuse. So right now, our best bet is to just do a little bit more damage, maybe get some extra credits from kills, but they lose their round anyway. So SXG doing a very good job. I love what they're doing with Sky.
Again, it's one of those rounds. Dying, it's better. I still stand by that. Like, Stan should have just stood there and tried to rush at the Sage with a knife there.
Bonus.
Yeah, but it's really so much better to just get the bonus 1,000. Although, Stan did save quite a bit of creds from the previous round because I don't think she bought the Owl drone. So that kind of saves a little bit on utility for Stan. Is still able to buy the next round. The immaterial in the long run.
Maybe a bit, but well, Oasis still on the attack. This is not going to be an easy site to hit for them. They push in, they might be able to get the spike down if SXG actually gives it up. But because they have the Spectres playing on a site like A where a lot of the fights happen at close quarters, unless you pull off crazy sheriff flicks like what I think just happened, this is going to be a pretty slow execute. Dark covers out again. Lax kind of lurking around by B, causing a little bit of confusion. So you can see that on the mini-map, SXG aren't quite sure. Yeah, they're trying to... Oh, wait.
Muffin gets a headshot as well, so they might just go A here.
Spike hit B, though. And they actually clear up A. Wait, what? They're kind of taking fights all across the map. Stan hears Saki, does not want to take this fight head on, which is the wise choice. Wants to back up and hit back towards A.
Oh,
meanwhile, I think Anko, yes, lurking over by mid, takes Jue down, and all that's left, even though this was an eco round for Oasis, they are managing to make it work. 10 seconds left, and I think Stan will be able to get the spike down. Saki will shoot baby TZ. She's down to 20 points of health too. Has no idea that the spike's being planted on A. And all of a sudden, this is a very disadvantageous fight for SXG.
And it seems like the shares really paid off for Oasis game. They just found a lot of heads this round. And this is 20 HP. It's gonna be hard to touch this. But even if the thing is, if you had a Vandal, I'd say okay, maybe, because you can get those like 2 1v1 headshots. But with the Spectre, typically you like to trade with a little bit of health because you don't really kill that fast with the Spectre. You don't do an instant one hit shot. Like the time to kill is slow, but it's not instant.
That's right. And honestly, I think it's 1-1 right now, and Oasis made the eco work. I think partially due in fact to the way that SXG was holding the site on A. If we take a look at where I think Vivi, the Omen player on SXG, is holding, she's on the rafters itself, which means you're taking the fights kind of linearly. It's really sort of long range. You're playing Spectre, And maybe you don't expect the share from your opponents, but that's where they would shine. And of course, that's where they got the flicks and they managed to clear out the A site. This time around, though, Oasis headed out towards B, and they already have quick control over it. Anko, again, still kind of being the one to lurk around mid, able to take down 2. Now she's going to find CC very potentially, but the Frenzy this time will be the one that rings victorious. 4v1. And what can CC do?
And this is going to be, it's kind of like the bonus round now for Oasis, I would say. Round 2 is not supposed to be the round to win. And this becomes just an extreme bonus round. It's a 3v1 right now. CC doesn't have a chance here. They already have the Phantoms in Oasis as well, so Lax is going to pick up that kill. Okay.
Wow, they're mad. But I mean, credit where it's due. CC might have been the last one alive, but she still took down 2 players along with her. Almost the third, almost. But thankfully there were 3 people staring down her barrel. Yeah, both teams quite impressive actually.
I see an economical blunder. Someone has 7k with a Spectre and is not buying for Muffin. Muffin would have 5k right now if Stan buys a gun for Muffin. Economical blunder right there.
Economical blunder. Shame on you. You're not buying up a rifle or something. Yeah, okay.
If you're 6k or above, you should be buying for anyone who's below 6k. Like that's probably the most basic guideline that I could give when it comes to economy. If you really don't want to think, above 6k, buy for your teammates if they have less than you.
Oh, I love it. Every time there's an economical blunder, you call them out on their BS. But here we go. The stage wall has been deployed anyway, and it's the one that has a little corner, so they get the spike plant. And it's going to be difficult for SXG to retake unless they push through screens, which Dre tried to do, but immediately got traded. Lax now on the elevation. She will be able to find her. We're back in it with a 2v2. And Sky has used up every single one of her abilities except for the reload. Spots the res, actually sprays down 2. All that's left is Stan.
I don't like the position Lax was taking because it was too open. They didn't. Oh. I think that the dart releases when you die. I'm actually not sure about that. Does the dart release when you die?
I don't know.
Like, you know, you're pulling the bow and then you just... and then the dart
drops.
just flies out.
Maybe, but she clearly was trying to shoot the dart over. But of course, going in for a peek like that, you leave yourself exposed. And back to her earlier point, economical advantage. She had 7,000. She could have just bought up a rifle, but because she had the Spectre, I think it was a little bit more difficult, and there were 2 people on the spike itself. There was maybe even a little bit of body block.
They didn't win, so the 7k didn't matter. Like, wait, it did a bit. Look at this, 7k. They would have gotten 1.9 if they lost, but they had a spike down, so it was 2.2. So she wasted 200 credits,
which would be an owl drone.
No, owl drone is 300. So it's 2 extra shock.
2 extra shock darts. There we go. Okay, I'm not a solo player. Here we go. It's going to be a hit in towards the B side again, and Lax is the one kind of going in for the entry. Gets shut down by Shishi, who has her Blade Storm. Updrafts, gets the head, backs off. And now Anko again trying to pull out the lurk. VV is 1 step ahead. That's 3 players gone from Oasis's roster. They might be able to find this kill onto the B side, but wow, okay, Muffin doing some things. Makes it even now for Stan. We're back in it with a 1v1.
The Stan is I believe, the Radiant of the team. So let's see if we're gonna be stands today with this. It was a 1v3 pretty much, right? She took down 2 by herself just now, and then it's up to Sher versus her.
30 seconds left.
There's gonna be the Seekers being used.
She got off
the plant. No, it was.
Blinded.
Hit it up. Oh, okay. So Stan with a headshot there. I think that was pretty ambitious to actually jump off, because when you're in midair, you're vulnerable. But sometimes it can work because it's an element of surprise.
Would have worked if Stan were blind.
Yes. But
I think that's what she wanted to go for.
Yeah, she went for the blind. I think she got a confirmation, but I think Stan probably looked away in time. Like, the confirmation just says that they got hit. But even if they're looking away, the confirmation sound does happen because they get micro flash.
Yeah, partially blind.
Yeah, so
Well,
even if you do like 0.1 second flash, it kind
still
of gives the
says-
confirmation. So it's a plus and a minus. It's a plus because you know they're there. It's a minus because you can't really depend on that confirmation to
Oh
know
my
that.
god.
Oh, that's some judge play right there. Oh, really smart judge play as well. Gets one shot,
God.
immediately hides, goes for another satchel. See if he can get this, but CC.
Whoa!
That was a mid-air headshot from CC
planted.
onto Muffin.
With a Marshall as well. Oh my god. Do they know that Anko is over by
I'm out of
screen?
stuff.
She.
So this is an eco round for them. So let's see. Uncle just sees it clear.
One enemy remaining.
They're actually going for the lead.
Whoa. Oh my god. Alright, it's turning out to be a very brawly matchup between the two teams right now. But Muffin she knew that they were on eco, that's why she went in that aggressively with the judge.
And again, I think I mentioned this yesterday. With Blade Storms plus a gun, if you're gonna dash in, if you know that you're going to, oh okay, and Stan really doesn't like buying for teammates. 6.6k in the bank, not buying for teammates. Stan, come on, you're radiant, we know, but you gotta share some of the creds. See, Muffin has 1.3k left. All right, so it's one of those things as well. The judge isn't as scary if you drop it. If she had a Phantom going in, of course, going in with the Phantom also isn't as helpful. So if she had a Phantom going in, I don't think it'll be. It might. Wow. Okay. Muffin is good. Muffin is showing us something this round, and I think that the way she's playing is really going to be problematic for SXG.
Yo. Well,
hard to
SXG just showed us something as well. Lockdown out in the open kind of baits the peek from Lex, and then she peeked off of her lockdown to get the kill. Both teams are just going for kills right now, and it's a lot of trades. We're back in it with 3v2. The spike will go down on B though. Still, they got off it just to get the frag onto Saki. Now it's a 2v2.
Spike planted.
Baby TZ should be blind, but how do they retake this? They have an op and a
Last
banner.
player standing.
Oh, and Stan's holding the off angle.
Let's see. This is an expensive operator here, by the way. Like, if they lose this is the creds that they were saving up for the past few rounds, right? And if they lose the operator right away in the round that you buy, that feels bad. Because whenever I buy the operator and I die in the exact same round and we can't recover it, it's just really bad. And CC with the operator, actually not the best weapon right now to take this side back. And I think she wants to save this.
Yeah, probably gonna have to. 5,000 credit investment. He's gonna hold on to it, but just to take a pause for a second and think about how the round went down. First of all, we had Muffin pushing up into the tube to take off the middle panel of the sage wall just so that she could, I guess, pull an unsuspecting kill onto Jue. And then the lockdown in the open for Saki. That one
As
was
a bait.
Dude, yeah. I've never seen that before.
Let's see. Does Stan actually buy for Muffin this round? Let me take a look at that.
No.
Yes. Actually, she
okay.
did. It's a judge, though. So, Muffin... Okay, the judge is telegraphing to us that Muffin actually wants to go in the same way that she did the previous round where she actually had a judge. Because they know that they're on eco again, by the way. So this is just very cognizant of the situation. And those are some flights right there. Like, she deliberately landed on generator. You see the movement by her? Unfortunately, she gets blinded, and that distracts her from VV, who gets the kill. The rest of Oasis are here. She did her job, though. She cleared the side. Made sure that it was open for her. CC with the saved operator. That's just gonna go to waste. Lax?
One enemy remaining.
Okay. I was gonna say that Lax sometimes has questionable positioning, but her aim is there. Like, look.
It makes
Like
up for it.
It makes up for it. It's a 4K by Lax. She was the bottom of the scoreboard the previous game, and like her aim is there. Like sometimes she's just too exposed, I feel. But she really has the aim to back it up. So I don't blame her. Probably a confidence play. But again, Muffin with the judge on the anti-eco. I think that's really smart because okay. Here's the thing. Icebox is a big map.
Yep.
A is a tight site. there's too many corners on A to clear with rifles. And if you're approaching A with rifles, A defenders can use close range weapons, shotguns, specters. They would still be lethal. In fact, I would say that they're more lethal up close. So if they just play those corners, you lose when you're using the rifles because you don't know when they're coming and they know when you're coming. And the judge breaks that defense. Like your corners are useless because Muffin goes in with a judge. You can't even upgrade your weapon because you go from a specter to a judge. That's a side grade at best. And buying that judge is a conscious decision from Oasis, from Muffin, to actually clear those corners. You know, anti-eco, we go A, we don't take any chances. Muffin, go in, make sure the corners are clear. Corners are clear, we take the site, and we take long-range fights after that. And that's what Oasis has been doing. That's part of their playbook. And you can tell.
Oh
because
my
Muffin,
god.
Okay, she's gonna go for
Teammates?
I think she's gonna
Teammates
are buying.
credits?
Stan at 8.5. She's
Wait,
rich.
what's going on, dude?
Muffin at 5.3. I mean, they don't care. But just Muffin is styling though. I would say she's playing like gun game here or something. Judge, Phantom, now the Odin. She's playing some gun game right here.
I'm seeing very weird things. I don't know what's going on, but Lex, here we go. Positioning. She shrouded steps right underneath and behind Saki. Doesn't quite know that she's there though, but she is deep in towards the B site and probably gonna try to clear it out for her team. They will get the spike down, spraying through the boxes and kind of pushes them off it for 1 second. Stando looking over by mid. He immediately fleeks onto Saki. We're back in it with 3v3. Muffin still has her Odin and she's jumping around over by yellow.
The Odin is particularly useful for the boxes here. Like if someone's there, you could just keep shooting at the box. So this is just a big understanding of the game and weapon mastery by Muffin. Like judge for close range on A. If she wants to fight mid, she takes the Phantom on B. For the retake, she uses the Odin and it works.
Oh my
Last
god.
player standing.
Oh, but Vivi from the back actually able to take Stan down.
I'm not sure if he has time though.
No time for sure, but the Odin's gone. That's the 3,000 plus credits gone.
It wouldn't have been so bad if they spread their creds, you know, like.
No, they don't want to do that.
Economy.
Oasis, nah, they don't do that. We don't spread
They're an
the
Oasis of credits right now. They don't need to share credits. They're winning.
Rolling...
It's 7-2.
Oh my god. What is happening? And again with the Odin. And also bought up I think on her own.
Yeah. She's Muffin is the entry here. Like she's died every single round by the way.
Surprisingly
That's
no judge considering that SXG
they're going
are
A,
on
right?
pistols. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going A. But I mean it does the same thing here. These structures are all penetrable by the Odin. And that's what you want to kind of like to.
Okay. There is a from the shadows in play up
Spike
towards
down A.
the site. Now Vivi kind of stuck in the corner, super low as well. Bladestorm will not be able to do anything. Lex, oh my god. What a way to teleport onto the site. Here we go. Odin goes Burr. And lost that kill on the Vivi. What? Oasis.
They knew she was there though. Like someone tagged
One
her.
enemy remaining.
That low. Okay, Oasis are definitely styling right now. Like they know that their team plays better. Their executes are just top notch right now. That Odin is really working out, and I think the reason why the Odin works out is because she provides suppressing fire for Oasis. Like they had a bad round one. I think it looked pretty dicey in round one. SXG kind of like took that retake like a boss. It was very clinical. They just eliminated everyone, and Stan was even left holding the bag there, like or like she was alive at the end of the round. They just defused and didn't even have to kill Stan there. Lost the money, but Stan don't care.
Stan don't care. Well, let's see if she cares a little bit more this time around. Not gonna be full committing. In fact, Lex will be the first to fall. A little bit overexposed by I think B perhaps. But here we go. It's Muffin again. It's the same wall, which makes it near impossible for SXG to
Spike
defend
planted.
against. So the spike will go down. They have to go in with a retake. Vivi gets caught out in the open. We're down to a 3v4.
They need to go for res here.
Yeah, they want to go for it.
You will
Might as
not
well.
kill my
Down into
allies.
the second last round of the first half.
There's
No
the
charge.
Seekers coming out as well. Let's see if they can defend this spike. There's an operator still on the side of SXG, and that might be a bit
Oh.
scary because the Killjoy ultimate, the lockdown has also been used, but Baby Teasy gets a peek onto CC, and it's now down to a 2v2. The
Player
spike is
standing.
being defused, but Anko quickly stops it. See if they can buy enough time, and she gets detained.
One
But
enemy
Baby Teasy
remaining.
doesn't.
No
And
time.
Oasis are gonna run away with another round. Okay, that's a kill.
Last round.
What the
before
heck?
The switch.
This game is wild. Just gonna say that I haven't seen a game with so many things happening. It's just absolutely pure chaos here.
It truly is, dude. Like if this were one of those D&D alignment charts, this is like chaotic. I don't want to say evil, but you know, on the far right, the chaotic side of things. It's
Yeah, for sure.
so many fights happening all over the place. I mean, Oasis, they're trying things. They're definitely styling. Now,
Ooh,
wow,
it's a bait.
Okay, it's a fake. But Oasis are pulling this default. Spots Lax out, I think.
I know I think Lax spotted her out too. Oh no, they didn't. That's what Odin's for, sort of.
Suppressifier penetration. But wow, look at how aggressive SXG are pushed up now. Managed to make it a trade, but there is another player, Vivi. She's pushing up along with it as well. Able to take the operator down. Can she get the second?
player
No! It's all
Great
Saki.
adaptation though. Like, I think if they just hit those shots, it would have worked out because they were getting sandwiched there, but Oasis Gaming was just so sharp right now.
Super sharp. Like, perfect read on the situation altogether. I mean, they knew, okay, there were these sounds. They might have pushed up, and they weren't committing. They weren't pushing up aggressively as well. They were watching these angles, and because the team, every single one of them are side by side, the trades happen really quickly. Now, Saki 1v3 has to go for this. It's the last round of the first half, so you might as well.
They're all camping in that tiny corner.
My God.
That's actually hilarious.
Doesn't even need it. The wall, which would have made it a tough fight to
Switching
take in the first
sides.
place, even if Anko fell. But this is either really smart or just straight up styling, and a little bit of both. If I'm to be honest, the
I
way
don't
that
think you want to
both
be
teams
doing
are
that
playing-
against a Killjoy. Like if she knows that there's two players there, like she just throws an Nano Swarm down, and then you're kind of forced to run out of that, right?
But she
but-
didn't know.
Didn't know. Oh, she didn't even get close enough to know.
Yeah, which
Is
was
that?
unfortunate.
Oh, that was a boost. Actually, they boosted the Reyna up.
Ah,
They
right.
boosted Anko up there because there's no way Anko could have. Can you actually jump there with the rope?
You can, but it's
Oh, you
not
can.
easy. Yeah,
Sage,
This one is the harder one.
protect the
it
other.
takes a little bit of
Right here.
I don't know, time to jump at a rope swing and everything. Asterai showed a video where you could jump at the
Oh,
rope.
nice.
But here we go. It's the first round of the second half. The score is 10-2. SXG desperately need this win.
Silence.
Oh,
And they're trying to pull out the coordinated push, but there is a shock dart kill onto CC. Still though, they find the entries. Anko is on the back of sight though. That's the one that I'm scared of.
let's see if they can take her out. But Anko gets a quick
Spike
headshot
down
over
A.
heals as well. Runs to safety. Her teammates. She's gonna have to wait for them. Lax is still on B. And the spike hasn't been committed yet. And Anko, so sharp!
My God!
Gets overheal again, gets a third frag, does not know that she is actually behind. She gets this. That was a right click, I think. 2 headshots, because she instantly died. And between Lax and Stan, I think they should be able to take She down. Oh, Lax whiffs that shot. Reveals where she is, but Stan? What? Stan? No! Toying with her food a little bit there. They're feeling good about themselves. It was a 10-2 first half. They had control over this round.
What is happening? But Anko definitely MVP of that round. I mean, the ghost holding on the back, repositioning herself, finding all the heads. It's, I mean, Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, you're doing really well right now. 11-2. It looks like it's gonna be. It doesn't seem like there's gonna be a comeback mounted from SXG.
My God, and they're going so aggressive. SXG kind of, did they? Yeah, a little bit of forward buy maybe. No way. There is a Marshall. There is a Spectre.
That's
it's just not
aggressive.
enough.
Down A.
That's massively aggressive, by the way. That's what SXG did in the round just now, but Oasis did it
My
with
God.
better execution. We talked about this. It's all about the execution, and Oasis are getting all the executes. Oh, she tagged
Flawless.
the shoulder of it. Spectre at range. Spectre at range, guys.
My God, yeah, okay,
Match
yeah.
point.
Spectre at range. It's not meant to be fired at range, I suppose, but wow. They're just kind of not afraid, full force colliding into SXG, and this is the result. Oasis actually comes out on top. There we go, she's trying to do the jump, but yeah, it's not easy. So, match point, 12-2, SXG, because they forced bot in the previous round, I don't see them winning this one.
Yeah, unless they pull off some really ridiculous sheriff shots here or something. There's no Blade Storm. There's no big ultimate that kind of let them win this. There's the Spectre. It's already a bad start. Oasis. Oh. Shrouded. That was a bit of a bait. The Shrouded step wasn't very good. Yeah. I think some of the people tend to or rather overestimate the range of the Shrouded step. Like, it can bring you to safety, but it's not that wide.
It was kind of nerfed in like episode 1 or 2 or something, but yeah.
One enemy remaining.
And
My
it looks
God.
like it's just gonna be a cleanup here. Actually, there's a chance. Vivi has a Vandal here.
There's a chance. And she hears the footsteps. But this is so deathmatchy. Stan picks up the Vandal, falls back. 50 seconds and the spike
Well,
is
she
down.
expects Stan to make
One
angle.
enemy
Oh,
remaining.
he actually gets a headshot.
Oh my God.
Okay, so there is a chance here, but this is a nasty boost.
Dude!
Oh my God, what is going on? This
No, the wall's
damage
gonna
is
break, though.
That's a nasty
BB.
boost. Though.
Okay, she's got
30
30 seconds. She
left.
can actually make it all the way over onto A side to get the spike down, but if Baby TZ actually catches her behind, if Vivi does not hear the footsteps,
Takes the orb. She
My
has to run
God.
though.
she has to. 18 seconds. She will be able to get the spike down. Resets the timer back to about 40 seconds. And then it's
10
just a
seconds
retakes
left.
game. And I mean, Baby TC has the heals and the slows. Planted. Full set of health too.
And it kind of flips things around to Vivi's table. Like, she has the Vandal, Baby TZ only has the Spectre, she has the position, she has the spike, she has the time as well. Let's see if she can get time.
Let's
Get
go.
the headshot. Vivi keeps them in the game. It's not going to be a 13-2. SXG still, we said it already. Like, they highly unlikely they're going to get that round, but they did somehow.
They did, because maybe Vivi's gonna be the one
Muffin.
that saves me.
Muffin!
And after all, Muffin. Oh no.
Oh no, not like this. Okay.
We've got full meme now.
Yeah, okay, this is a confidence play if I've ever seen one. And
They know they have the rounds to spare. I believe in SXG.
oh,
Okay. Good call.
they
Trailblazer.
saw one op, and they're gonna go away and fight two other ops.
They don't know that there are two others. Surely they don't. Oh my
Oh,
God,
no,
Muffin. Come on, girl. What is this? Oh,
Oh, almost got that. She almost got that.
through the audio cue alone, almost got the flick. That is incredible. So now they are aware. 2 ops, 1 mid, 1 around B.
Oh no, I don't think they're sure because there was enough time for the opper to reposition at that point in time. Now they know there's 2 for
Message
sure.
sent.
Okay. A is clear. Let's get the spike. It's SXG. Come on, SXG. Oh no.
Spike planted.
This is a huge flank by Stan, by the way. I don't think they're expecting it this early.
I've
There
got
you go.
your trail.
VV to get taken down by Stan.
Well, there's the
Standing
Seeker.
ahead.
Chasing Stan down. Come on. Come on,
As long as she stays alive, she's gonna keep the pressure up here from both sides. All she has to do is stay alive and still get those frags. Stan getting another one as well. Uses the Hunter's Fury. Just try to look for some of them. Okay, spots one. They know where TZ is now. Okay, the operator not gonna hit there. The baby TZ is gonna connect with her own operator. Jizz, the last one remaining, and it's gonna be Oasis Gaming taking the game with a triple operator match point.
My God, so many positional plays. Stan with a flag, coming up around mid, pushing out of B. Jeez, this is just.
Yeah, that was a game if I've ever seen one, and it was a masterclass by Oasis. Like Oasis versus GXR, they're playing scared. They're playing. There was a lot of like tight rounds, close executions, but Oasis, like, they knew the skill gap that they had against SXG. Like, after I think the first few rounds, they felt the gap. At least in the execution for Icebox, they felt that there was a big difference, and they exploited that. They exploited every single
really
site.
They really did.
And they just styled.
They styled. I mean, it's partially exploiting that gap, partially style, maybe also a little bit of ping difference. I mean, there was about 20 to 30-ish difference between the two teams. SXG had higher ping. And really, they knew that they could play this way. Muffin with the judge just going full schmeeg. Blast pack onto a site. Of course, that is the site where it would perform. And everyone else along with it as well. This is... My God. And of course, also, I mean, credit where it's due. Anko with the... I think it was a triple on the first pistol round of the second half. That was quite an MVP play. If they didn't win that round, SXG might have stood a better chance at coming back in the second half. So, yeah.
Uncle with a pistol that was insane. That was
You see how incredibly strong the mechanics of the Oasis players are.
She was alone on that site, and then four people were kind of
was.
like funneling in, and she just executed them one by one, and
Only
died from bullet to the head, from
John
the back.
Wick. Yeah. From the back.
Yeah, but she was basically John Wick there. Just took everyone out with a ghost. There was headshots left and right. It was amazing. And again, winning that round, that was the nail in the coffin, basically, for SXG. Because that's a... For SXG, you gain hope if you win a pistol round. Like, you get, okay, we can want to come back, Icebox and attack side of map, you can gain momentum, you get the economy. But instead, what happens is Anko shuts down a 4-person push.
Yeah.
And that just breaks your confidence. Like, you're already down so many rounds. I think it was a 10-2 coming into the second half. And you lose that round. It's like 11-2, and you have no creds for round number 2.
But, SXG didn't give up, though. Right?
It
That was their one round. VV managed to pull
round
the
3.
clutch. That was good. So SXG not out of the tournament yet. Not out, but this is a crazy
Just want to update everyone on the brackets too. On the opposite side of the bracket, we also had a really fast game, and Alter Ego Celeste versus Impaler, 13-2.
No.
Okay, like I'm completely wrong. Like, from yesterday, I said the Impaler might give Alter Ego Celeste a run for the money, but it's a 13-2, and that is... Glitch Pop Cult gave Alter Ego Celeste a run for their money. It was 13-8 against Glitch Pop Cult, and the Impaler just drops 13-2.
Whoa.
That is extremely... I did not expect that. Like
same.
That's the brackets. Like, Glitch Pop Cult got eliminated by Kid My Orc even, 13-2. So Glitch Pop Cult against Alter Ego Celeste, I'm not sure what they did for that first game, but they got 8 rounds off of the defending champions, and it looks like the defending champions are defending champions for a reason, and the Impaler weren't even close, but the Impaler do have another chance. So Oasis Gaming will be facing up Alter Ego Celeste in the next matchup, but we will be casting the Impaler versus Galaxy Racer. So Impaler going down to the lower bracket, Galaxy Racer winning against Magnifique. They will be the next game.
Well, that's going to be an interesting game, but so far, I mean, Alter Ego Celeste just really on a whole different plane, different realm. They
That's
literally built
Astra,
different,
Astra
dude.
stuff right there.
Extra stuff. But I mean, I am curious to see which map they actually played against the Impaler on, because
It was
that is
Icebox.
truly Icebox.
Yeah,
But
and
that's the one that Impaler. What?
maybe they weren't scared of the Viper Wall. Maybe
Wow.
the novelty of the Viper
I could
Wall was
see
just
that,
not
actually.
there, right? Like you know what I mean? Like
Someone like a Neri.
exactly, it doesn't work against Inari. That's okay. We haven't seen Inari play. We saw a lot of her last open, but we will definitely see her later today. It's gonna be either in the losers bracket finals or the grand finals itself. So we will be seeing some Inari at least once for later this game. Oasis
least once.
also looking really good. Alter Ego looking good as well. Galaxy Racer also okay. If Galaxy Racer and Oasis are pretty close, and Oasis can give Celeste a run for their money, it seems like Galaxy Racer will be the one to kind of like go all the way in the lower bracket. So we'll have to see about that. Alter Ego Celeste versus Oasis Gaming will be happening in the I believe it's the Thai stream or the Bahasa stream. Which one's? It will be the Indonesian stream, so it'll be on YouTube. And meanwhile, we will be spectating Impaler versus Galaxy Racer. Again, this is one of my favorite matchups as well. I like watching Impaler. I like watching Galaxy Racer. So I'm excited for this one. I don't know who's going to win, but I hope that the Impaler kind of get back into their matchup against Alter Ego Celeste. I kind of want a rematch for those teams.
Kind of want that too. But I certainly hope the next game is going to be close. At the very least, for now, Oasis. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
No.
I had to do it at least once.
Will they? Will they?
Maybe they certainly have what it takes. I mean, this is they're really strong, and they move on into the upper brackets. So, my God, man,
the games today were something. A close game, a one-sided game. It's like yesterday. But stay tuned. We're going to have maybe another close game this time around. Stay tuned. We're going to go for a quick break. And when we're back, we're going to be back with Galaxy Racer versus the Impaler.